Hello and welcome back to the farm. My name is Max, for those who are new here. And yeah, I am a 4th generation farmer on this farm here just outside of New Woodshire. We are a mixed beef farm and arable farm here. We've got 50 head of these Brohan cattle that we feed up every year for slaughter, and we have an arable farm that we keep going. I took over from my dad a couple of years ago. If you watched my earlier vlogs, it's been 18 months I think since my last vlog. Then you know I was taking over from my dad. My dad is now retired. And so I'm running the farm myself. We do have a farm hand who comes in and helps me out. So I'm just giving you a look at the farm and our machinery. And sort of helps me out. A guy called Chris. This actually, just sort of note quickly, this is a new piece of kit for this year. So next to our big horse seeder, we've got this new John Deere 2117 CCS planter. We're starting with that this year. Looking forward to getting to use that. And yeah, I've started upgrading the equipment around the farm. So we're going to be getting quite a few bits of new kit this year, which is good. It's good for the spring has finally sprung here in Montana, and it's looking good. We've got, so these are our tractors that we have. We've got a 7290R and a 7710. These are our two main tractors we use on the farm. This does most of the heavy lifting around here. And then this does our things like our carting and general work. And then we've got the 4240. This is our yard tractor. We use this basically for front loading and moving stuff around the yard. The front loading and the lifting and things, that's done with along with our New Holland over here, which is a little skid steer. We basically use this for moving bales around the yard and for cleaning the cows. Now what we're going to do this morning, I'm quite excited today. We need to go and give some water to our cows, so we're going to be using the 4240 for this. We need to go and hook up the Joskin because they need a bit of water. But after that, after I've got the cows sorted, we're going to be heading down to the shop because I have a brand new piece of kit to pick up. It's a pretty amazing thing, actually. It's something that I wanted on the farm for a while. And as a result is pretty cool and it's going to change things around here quite a bit. But the shop doesn't open for another another sort of 20 minutes at least. So we are going to head round and sort this out first. Now all our water for our cows comes from the pond in the middle of our yard. So I just need to back up. And this just gets replenished by rainfall. It's pretty good as far as that goes. Right, let's open this up. There we go, and we'll just back this in here, and we'll turn the pump on, and that should fill it up. There we go. And yeah, quite useful having this this pond. So this gets A, refilled by rainwater, and B, it's a natural spring in the middle of the yard, which is quite nice. And just sort of keeps it topped up. Means that we don't have to pay for water for the cows around here. It just sort of works well for us. And yeah, all I have to do to refill the cows' drinking water is to back into here and fill this up. There we go. It does mean that we have to be careful. Too much rainfall and we have to drain it. We are careful about the level on it, because obviously if that was to overflow, it would flood the yard, and that would not be good. Especially with our bale store so close. One of the things that we have been considering doing is getting that all sort of bricked at the end of there, so that if it did, we'd be able to sort it out. Right, let's head into here. Our water is just behind us here. Cattle won't try and escape while we're backing this up here, thankfully. Right, and let's back that up. So yeah, it's a straight in, reverse that, up, empty it like so. Just undo the valve and it'll flow in there quite nicely. And this will keep our cows nicely topped up with water. Keep them happy. And yeah, it's a good herd this year. We buy our herd in each year just to fatten them up. We take them up to about £1,200 over the period of the year. And then sell them towards the end of the year. Reverse this out. Like so. There we are. Right, easier than turning around. And as I need to watch what I'm doing. There we are. Close that up. Oh, back that out, and we'll go and put this back. So that will keep them going for today quite nicely. It's a fairly warm spring day. Well, I say fairly warm. It's a fairly sunny spring day. The temperature's currently 0. So it's not that warm at the moment, but the ground is nice and isn't frozen, so it's all good. We do need to do some slurry spreading. We've got a fair amount of slurry kicking about, so we've got to go and do our grass fields with that ready for cutting in a few weeks. And we'll be doing. I think we probably need to do hay first. I'm looking at our options going forward, actually. I'm thinking that one of the upgrades we might do over the next year is move away from our Andersen wrapper there towards more of a towards doing silage with a forage harvester. So I'm looking at a possible forage harvester later in the year, especially around here. It's getting harder and harder to get the corn harvested each year. So I am gonna head down to the shop now. I'll put this tractor away. I will see you down there. I'll go give my sister a call, see if she can give me a lift down there, because she's only the next farm over. And yeah, we can go and see if we can go and pick up this new piece of machinery. So it's 10:15. I've just come out of Carlo's here, having signed all the paperwork, and up the top here you can see our nice new bit of kit that we have. This is beautiful. So it's the next demonstrator, as we normally go for here. They managed to source it for me. It is an R4045 John Deere. There's got a fertilizer spreader on the back of it at the moment, but yeah, it is a pretty nice piece of machinery. This. Our spreader, this will spread fertilizer, but more importantly for us today, it will spread lime. We've got a brand new field that we bought at the end of last year, needs a bit of lime on it, so we're going to go and test this machine out on that. And then, yeah, once we get going, we'll be spreading some fertilizer with it as well. This is also going to be our sprayer. We sold our sprayer, and this is going to be for that. So let's jump into this. And look at that. It's just a beautiful piece of kit, this. Start it up. So yeah, we have a sprayer on the way. It's not urgent. It's not ready for us to grab yet. But it will be, which is fantastic for us. We're going to get this back up to the farm. And it does run very nicely. So we've got the tracked version of this. Which will be good for our fields up here, especially for when we're doing sort of the more rained on stuff up in the western United States here, northwest United States. We tend to get a fair amount of rain, so we can get fairly boggy fields at times. I'm actually looking at what our tracked tractor prospects are later this year. I'm trying to see if we can get a demonstrator for an 8RX, which if you've not heard, if you've been living on a rock, is the new tracked version of the 8R. Absolutely beautiful looking piece of kit. And I want to get a demonstrator on the farm and give that a try. We're looking, so something I should have mentioned when I was talking about our tractors. So we have a little bit of a hole on the farm where our 7R has about 320 horsepower. Our 7710, that has 155. So we could do with a tractor around about 250 horsepower. Whoop, I've gone the wrong way. Which would give us a good ability to do some bits with. Now I've got my things here. My lime silo is this middle one. So we're just going to put some in here. We don't need an awful lot. So let's fill that up. I reckon we probably need about 3,000 litres of lime. That should do us. So it's really nice. We can control those silos from in the cab here. We've got a nice piece of kit that allows us to do that. And I can just get it to open up and do that. We do have GPS on this. Really nice. Great to have that bit of kit on here. And the field we're going to go and do is just over this way here. Which we can get to here. Not a huge field, not a massive one really. I think we'll probably get this done in a couple of passes, so I'm not expecting to be too long doing this job. But you can see the tracks sort of are great for this field, and it just, yeah, this should do us nicely. I'm hoping. I've not tried the reach on this yet, so it might not work as I want, but we'll give it a go. Let's start her up, and away we go. And I'm hoping that I've got that right. It motors this. I mean, this is great for doing some pretty big fields. Let's turn around, have a look at how well we've done there. Yes, good coverage. So I'm going to do this headland. As I say, I think we're going to get like 3 goes with this. And we are not using the line very fast at all. There we go. And that's got on here. Last run up here. Like so. Again, that should give us good coverage. And then we just got down the middle of the field to do, really. Now, my sister and her husband own the farm just the other side of these trees here. As you can see, theirs is a bit smaller than the main farm, than our farm. It's oh, can we? I think we should be able to just go down the middle here and complete this. This is when I find out that I'm not quite right at all. There we go. It's very, very difficult in the mirrors here to see this setup and see this working, but I think that should cover it. If it doesn't, we're going to be leaving 2 small strips of field that aren't lined, I think. Has it got it? It has got it. Perfect. Oh, it's a little bit at the top. So we'll just go and cover these bits. Yeah. I think our initial run wasn't perfect. But, yeah, we'll just give that a little bit of a go. And then bring ourselves across here. And give that a little bit of a go. Yeah, crops that we do on here. So the crops we do on the farm are we have wheat, soybean, corn and canola, I think. Yes, yeah. Wheat, soybean, corn, and canola are our 4 crops. I completely forgot the canola for a minute. Yeah, wow, we only needed about 200 litres of lime, so I'll get those. I'll get this unloaded from this. But we got space in our shed made for this. Yeah, so we've got that. That is basically the crops that we have on here. The wheat and the canola we tend to plant late in the winter, or sorry, late in the autumn. So after we've harvested those. And then the soybeans and the corn go in sort of mid to late spring. So we've got a little while before those need doing. I'm closer than I would like to be. Yeah, I need to... These are not the greatest windows and the greatest mirrors in the world, but there we go. So that is our new piece of kit done. And in there, and oh yeah, plenty of space there. Great, so that is, oh yeah, look at that. We've already made it a little bit messy with the lime. But yeah, absolutely brilliant piece of kit. So yeah, we got that, and that is now part of our farm, which I'm really, really pleased about. We're going to go and grab our 7710, I think, and we're going to go and get some of the... Ooh, there we go. Some of our slurry spreading done. So we can just head round here. We've got a Joskin spreader on here. Got a similar set of similarly thin wheels. And this has an injector on it. We used to have a spreader with a lot smaller tank. But this basically should do us fairly well. Let's see if we can hook it up. Why are you not hooking up? Yeah, let's get this filled. I'm having trouble connecting up the PTO on this, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, our bit is there. So let's back this up, and I'll go and connect the hoses. Right, back in a moment. Let's go connect the hoses. And there we are. We're all nice and full. Let's pop over to the field we're going to do, and hopefully I can sort this all out. I'm toying with that a little bit. If it's not connected up again, the thing won't engage. So now I'm thinking of rotating our grass fields a little bit. We're in a position where we could probably do with a larger field here. We've basically got 2 fields here that we run as one grass field over this side of the road. The farm sort of finishes at this field here. I've been looking at a while to expanding the farm that way, and it might be something I do after this year. Just looking for the edge. There we go. Now the other reason why I'd quite like some like a more modern 6R on the farm at the 250 mark is that this is there's no GPS on this tractor, so I have to rely on my compass, which I am my compass and my electronic map. There we go. That is about right. Let's put it down. That's all good. Why has that come off? I'm going to play around with that, see if we can get this to work. Nope. I can't get... I think we might need to switch over tractors because I cannot get the PTO to engage on this for some reason. It's not having any of it. So I'm going to go and switch over to our 7R. That's a little bit weird. Don't know why I can't get my PTO to connect today. We'll go and grab the 7R and see if that works better. You're coming... But I should be able to go straight over. Yeah. Driver might swear at me a bit. Yeah, don't know what the issue was there. But it just would not engage. So let's park this up here. And there we go. This time of year in spring, there's not always a huge amount to do. Now I'll find out whether it's my my spreader or my tractor. If it's the spreader, then we might have an issue. Go through the shed here. It's the most direct route. There is a car coming. It's a little bit too close this time. Right, across we go. And let's hook this up. And get this field done. It would be good to get this nice and there we are, and fertilized today. And this tractor does have GPS, so I won't have to rely on the compass for this. There we go. So yeah, the PTO is properly engaged on this. I think the other tractor's having issues. So let's turn on the GPS. Let's set ourselves a first point. And turn it on. And away we go. Try and keep this on a nice straight path. And it will then do the field. And engage it. There we are. So that makes things much easier. And as I said, this is part of the reason why I'd like to get another mid-range tractor on here. Our 7710 can still do. There are still lots of jobs we have for that, but it would be really, really good to be able to get another tractor on here to do stuff. Just looking for the edge of my field. There we go. Sort of lift it up at the end. Nope, I am nicely on the straight, and this is going in. And if I just stop that there for a minute, I want to show you guys the difference. So yeah, you can see our ground here that's not done versus our ground that's done. It's a little bit soggier here, and you can see it's nicely injected with the slurry. So I'm going to continue on with this, get this field finished. We'll see how we do. We're down to just over half a tank of slurry, so I'm going to have to go and refill this. Yeah, we're all good otherwise. And this will keep going rather nicely. We're on our penultimate row of slurry injecting now, and it's yeah, we're down to sort of 24%. Hopefully this should be enough for us to get this row and the last one done. I'm keeping a close eye on it. I need about 12% left, I think, in our spreader to do it. And this is going to be close. If we're missing a little bit, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Yeah, we're going to be down to sort of 10% or less. So that's not great. No, wow, no, we definitely don't have enough to do. So I'm going to go and refill. Well, you can see the trouble with this field here, we're down to 5%, so we've not got too much, is that there's not a huge... get up to this last bit here, and it's not great. There's quite a bit of slope to this and surround to this. So we're going to get about... we'll probably get this field 29 here done. In fact, no, we won't even get that far. I need to go and refill with a very, probably about, there we go. Fold this in. I probably need to go and get maybe 20% of my my tanker refilled again. So I'm gonna head over and get that done, and that will then sort us out. So basically just straight back along here over to here and hook it up. Perfect. Right, I'm going to go and hook this up. So filled out to 20%, well 19%, so just shy, just over 3,000 litres. I think that will be enough for us to finish this job. Hopefully. Let's go and see what happens when we come along here. And it's finding the spot where we finished. I think is not too far up here. Yeah, I think we were here somewhere. Let's have a look. But I think we're spot on looking at this. We have a look over here. You can see the state of the grass underneath. Here we've got some, here we don't. So I think we want to start at this point. I know it's be a little bit difficult sometimes to work out where you should be. Drop it down. Start it up. And away we go. There we go. That will get it. And I'm reminded why field 29 initially, the bottom half of this, that used to be an arable field. And field 30, we merged it with field 30, although we all we did was plant grass in field 29. And we did that because we had this situation where we wanted a large grass field. It's not quite so important as it once was, but we could never turn field 30 into a, there we go, all out into an arable field, because you can see the top end of this field here is just this massive hilly undulating field. We'd have to get an earth mover in and sort of level this out of it in order to use it properly. So yeah, it's not a massively useful field to us from that point of view. Wait for this car to park and then we'll get across the road. But that is that done, which is good. That's got us set up nicely for the springtime. I've got 2 more fields to do, so I need to refill this with some more silage. But I'm gonna get that done tomorrow. It's 4:05 now. The sun is, despite it being springtime, the sun is beginning to set a bit. So I'm gonna reverse this up and put the tractor away. There we go. I would say that's a good day's work today. We've got a nice set of stuff done. I need to turn the tractor off. Don't want to disconnect this with the tractor on. There we go, and drop that off. And we'll go and give this tractor, well, I'm gonna give the tractor a look. I'm gonna speak to the guys at Carlos, see if they know of a 6R that we can get hold of, because I think the more I think about it, the more it's something we need. I need to take, speaking of which, I need to take the 7710 over to the workshop there and go and have a look at that before I finish today. Oh wow, I'm going to need to refuel this. We are low on fuel here. Yeah, that's that I'm going to need to refuel. Not got much to do. So, yeah, I'm going to leave things here for today. I'm going to go and get this repaired. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.